I reported to my family doctor a set of symptoms, and he said, well, that sounds like walking pneumonia. Let's do some blood work and an x-ray. That was on a Monday. I came back on Friday. He said, well, your blood's clear. The x-rays are clear. So I gave him the symptoms again, and this time he got hysterical, grabbed the phone, quickly dialed the university hospital, and said, I have an angina patient. I'm sending him right over. Okay, I have no idea what that means. So I went over to the university hospital. Next thing I know, I've got like IV drips all over the place and electrocardiograms and all kinds of stuff connected to me. Then I'm asked to do a stress test running on a treadmill. And the big cardio doctor comes in and he says, I got good news and bad news. I said, give me the good stuff. He says, well, you're the most robust, strong, healthy 62-year-old we've ever met. I said, that's nice. What's the bad news? He says, well, you've got angina. I said, yeah, what do I care? So we have a little chat, and he says, go take these pills, come back. This is on a Friday. Come back Monday at 9:30. Monday morning at 6 in the morning, I wake up, and instead of this feeling of just one Malamute sitting on my chest, I feel like an entire dog team from the Iditarod has taken a break on my chest. So I go and see the doctor as appointed at 9:30, and we schmooze a little bit and tell some bad jokes. And then he says, okay, I'm sending you by ambulance to VGH at Vancouver General Hospital. I said, huh? What? Are you crazy? He said, no, are you crazy? Did you hear what I said? So I ended up at VGH that day. And the next day, I think it was, the next day, I'm in the operating theater. And I'm awake, but on happy juice, so I'm aware of everything that's going on, but I don't feel a darn thing. And they pierce the femoral artery in my leg and wander up there with some wires and take pictures, and then they come back and they say, okay. And they go back this time and put in a little wire mesh thing called a stent and send me home. 4 or 5 years later, I had a second episode. This one, I knew what was happening. I knew I was having an angina attack, and I called 911 and was whisked off to the hospital. And in that case, it actually was literally a heart attack. The procedure in 5 years had improved dramatically, and after the second one, where I had 2 stents put in, I'm now a 3-stent, $6 million man. After the second one, I was swimming in the aquatic center pool 5 days later and just absolutely marveling. I lost my train of thought. There's something I want to tell you. Oh, yes, this is called balloon angioplasty, and this process was invented in the 1970s. You have to understand that 50% of all cardiac cases are discussed post-mortem. PICKLE. We love to complain. It's part of human nature, and I think it's an important and happy function, actually. And we, of course, often complain about our aches and pains. But I tell you, some things are just absolutely amazing, and angioplasty is one of them. I think that only a few years from now we'll get even better. We'll do laser, just step down. Next, they won't do anything invasive. In any event, if we didn't have the current process, I wouldn't be here to tell you this story.